Hello everyone, this is your girl Drea Anderson, author of Paranormal Romances. Today I'm coming to you with a tutorial. I don't know if I'm going to break it up into two parts or it's going to be two parts. Either way, I'm going to show you how to use a mock-up. You can find mock-ups all across the internet, whether they be free or paid, but I just so happened to get these free years and years ago. And the website covervault.com where I got them is defunct. They're dead, so RIP to them. But I'm going to, in the description below, I'll post a link to these so that you guys can still use them because they're fantastic mock-ups. I have some for an e-reader and I think I have a couple for books, but I'll link them in there so you guys can see. But the first thing we're going to do is show you how to use any mock-up that you get. Luckily for me, CoverVault you're able to download PSD files. Now, if you don't have Photoshop, this isn't going to be useful for you. And I'm so sorry because I don't know how to do this in Canva. So, we're going to use this in Photoshop. With them doing it as a Photoshop file, it has all the layers that you already need, right? And so everything is done already. Last video we did where you had to make your own smart object by making a square and placing it on top of whatever electronic. That's already done here. It's already a smart object. When you double click on that layer, it pops up the cover that they have. So the hard part's already done. What we're going to do is the easy part. We're going to we want to get rid of anything in this image that we don't need, because the purpose of this mock-up will be to be able to plug into anywhere, right? We want to make it as generic as possible so that it can go into any picture we find on the internet that we love. So we're going to get rid of that glare. We don't need this backdrop unless you do. I mean, if you like it, keep it. And then we're going to get rid of the background. And what that leaves us with is a transparent layer that can go anywhere. Well, the layer doesn't go anywhere, but the top of it does. Anywho, this image is broken down into two layers that are important. The cover, which is our smart object, and the tablet, which is its own smart object, but we're not going to futz with that. We're going to put those two layers in a group. And we do that to make it easier to maneuver, because then we can move both objects at the same time. So I know you're thinking, crazy lady, these parts are cut off, but we're going to move this together, see? And we're going to swap it. And just that easily, we have a mock-up that we can use and move around and put anywhere. I feel like that's crooked a little bit. Let me just... Okay. So anywho, so when you open back up your group, you'll notice that the tablet has its own effects on it. Right? It has a drop shadow. If you turn it off and on, that's just to show you where it's flat. So there's two things that we can do with this image, but for sake of easiness, we're going to leave it as a group, right? We're going to save this file under mockups. I'm just going to save it as easy e-reader, right? Yes, it's in Photoshop. It's in Photoshop, but that's fine. Now, for those of you who want to use it with the shadow, you can merge the group, and then we're going to save it as a PNG. And I'll show you the different ways that makes it easy. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Anywho, so let's show you how easy it is to use this mock-up. We're going to put in our own covers. And for the sake of organization, what I've done is I tend to save these files with as many covers as possible, because what it will do is it allows me to go to one document and it'll have all the covers I need. So anytime, let's say I find an image I want to use and I want to put this one in there, or I want to use the other book, I can toggle between the two, and I'll show you what I mean. So we have our smart object, which is the cover. We're going to double click on that layer. It's going to open up a separate layer for your cover. We do not need tomato. We're going to put our first book cover in there. And the cool thing about that website was that he had already sized it for 6x9s. Like, it was amazing. I'm so sorry they're gone. Anywho, we're going to adjust it just a little bit. Close it. Close that layer. We're going to click yes to save it. And then boom. Look, tablet with your book cover in it. So beautiful. We're going to double click on it again. And let's say I want to make a flyer with this one. I'm going to put it right on top. And I would suggest you do them for all your book covers personally. But like I said, it's just an organization thing. Anywho, right on top. Close it. Save it. And then boom. A whole nother tablet. And like I said, the good thing about it is if you want to make a flyer, oh, I don't want to make a flyer for this, I want to make a flyer for that, you just toggle it on and off. But they're all in the same place and they'll remain there. So you save this file and you're good to go. And so I'm just going to hit save. It's going to save my Easy e-reader with, yes, I do want to replace it. It's going to save my Easy e-reader with all those covers. So like I said, good organization tip. Anywho, that is the very first half of the tutorial, right? That's the easy part. Next, I'm going to show you how to use them. So stay tuned for that. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, but come back and holler at your girl.